In a quiet residential neighborhood called LV Nagar, in the coastal city of Visakhapatnam, lived a man everyone thought they knew. His name was Chintada Ravindra. To his neighbors, he was the kind of man you would trust. He was polite. He wore a crisp uniform every morning and returned in the evening looking tired but content. His neighbors knew he worked for the Navy, a technician at INS Dega, they said. A respectable job, a steady income, a man with a future. He was married. His wife was pregnant. They seemed like a normal, happy couple. No one suspected anything unusual. No one heard loud arguments. No one saw strangers visiting late at night. No one noticed anything wrong because Ravindra was very, very good at keeping secrets. But one day, everything changed. Police arrived at his apartment. They knocked. He opened the door calmly, as if he had been expecting them. The officers stepped inside. They began to search. They looked in the bedroom, nothing unusual. They looked in the kitchen, nothing unusual. Then one officer opened the refrigerator door, and what he saw made him stumble backward. He had seen many things in his career, but this was different. This was a human torso, packed neatly on the shelf, stored next to a carton of milk and a bowl of leftover rice. The officer turned to Ravindra, who stood silently in the corner, his face completely blank. That moment was just the beginning. This is the story of Chintada Ravindra, a man who seemed kind, who seemed normal, who seemed harmless. But behind that smile, behind that uniform, behind that closed door, a nightmare was unfolding. And it all started with a dating app. Let us go back to the year 2021. Ravindra was 30 years old then. He was already married, but that did not stop him from downloading a dating app called Mingle. He was looking for something. Excitement, danger, company. We may never know. He swiped, he matched, and he met a woman named Polipalli Mounika. She was 31 years old, a Dalit woman from Sanjivaya colony in Visakhapatnam. She worked at a bank. She was unmarried. She was looking for love. She had no idea that the man she was talking to was someone else's husband. They began meeting. At first, just coffee, then dinners, then more. Over the next 5 years, they met regularly across Visakhapatnam, parks, theaters, quiet corners of the city. Ravindra was careful. He never brought her home. He never introduced her to friends. He kept her in a separate compartment of his life. But Mounika began to fall for him. She believed he was single. She believed he would marry her one day. She was wrong. In 2024, Ravindra did something that would change everything. He married another woman. Yes, while still seeing Mounika, Ravindra took a second wife. His first marriage continued. His affair continued. And now, a new wife entered the picture. How did Mounika find out? We don't know for certain. But after that second marriage, the relationship between Ravindra and Mounika began to sour. According to Ravindra's later confession, Mounika started demanding money. He claimed she took 3.5 lakh from him, about 350,000 rupees, and then came the threats. She allegedly told him, "If you don't pay me, I will tell your wife everything." She even took his Navy ID card as leverage, a dangerous move. That card was his lifeline to his career. Without it, he could lose everything. Ravindra said he was terrified. He said he felt trapped. But was he telling the truth, or was he building a story to justify something far darker? We may never know, but what happened next leaves no room for doubt. By early 2026, Ravindra's second wife was pregnant. She needed support. She decided to go to her parents' home in Rajam, Visakhapatnam district, to prepare for the delivery. She left their apartment in LV Nagar. Ravindra was alone. For the first time in months, he had the entire house to himself. No wife, no interruptions, no witnesses. And in that loneliness, a dark idea began to form. He called Mounika. He invited her to his apartment. She came. It was Sunday, March 29, 2026. She arrived around 1:30 in the afternoon. What happened in those first few hours? We don't know. They talked, maybe they argued, maybe they pretended everything was fine. But by evening, something changed. An argument broke out. Ravindra later claimed it was about money, that Mounika was still demanding more, still threatening to expose him. But there's another possibility. What if Mounika had discovered the truth? What if she had found out that Ravindra had married another woman while still seeing her? What if she confronted him and he snapped? We will never know exactly what was said in that room, but we know the result. Ravindra attacked her. He smothered her, pressed his hand over her nose and mouth until she stopped breathing. Mounika was dead. The woman who had trusted him for 5 years lay lifeless on the floor of his apartment. And Ravindra did not call the police. He did not confess. He began to plan. A normal person would have been paralyzed with fear. A normal person would have broken down. But Ravindra did not. He went to local stores looking for knives. He couldn't find what he needed, so he ordered a knife online. He waited for it to arrive. Then he began to dismember the body. He severed the head, the hands, the legs. He cut the torso into pieces. He packed the torso in his refrigerator. He packed the legs in a trolley bag. He packed the head and hands in a separate bag. Then he went to a petrol station, bought fuel in a plastic can, and drove to a deserted area near Darapalam in the Simachalam Hills. There, under the cover of darkness, he burned the head and hands. He also burned Mounika's mobile phone, destroying any digital evidence. He watched the fire consume her face, her fingerprints, her voice. Then he drove back to his apartment. But he still had a problem. The torso was still in the refrigerator. The legs were still in the trolley bag. Other parts were in a gunny bag. He couldn't decide what to do next. He had no plan for the remaining remains. He spent the night alone in his apartment with a refrigerator full of human flesh. The next morning, Monday, March 30th, 2026, Ravindra called a friend. He told his friend everything.
The friend was horrified. He told Ravindra, "You have to surrender." So Ravindra walked out of his apartment. He walked to the Gajuwaka police station. He sat down and confessed. He told the officers, "I killed her. I cut her body. The torso is in my fridge. The legs are in a bag. The head is burned." The officers didn't believe him at first, but they went to his apartment. They opened the fridge, and there it was, a human torso, packed neatly, stored next to food. That is when they realized this was not a lie, this was not a prank, this was a nightmare. Police immediately sealed the apartment. Forensic teams arrived. They collected fingerprints, blood samples, and DNA evidence. They sent the body parts to King George Hospital for post-mortem. They went to the location near Darapalam and recovered the burnt remains of the head and hands. They traced the online knife order. They found the petrol station where Ravindra bought fuel. They pieced together the timeline. And they interrogated Ravindra for hours. He repeated his story: blackmail, threats, money, fear. But police noticed something. The murder was brutal, but the cover-up was methodical. Ravindra had not acted in a blind rage. He had planned, he had prepared, he had taken steps to destroy evidence. The Assistant Commissioner of Police, V. Srinivasa Rao, told reporters, "The accused had continued the relationship with Mounika even after his marriage in 2024 and resumed contact when his wife went to her parental home for delivery a month ago." However, differences soon cropped up between the two, following which Ravindra hatched a conspiracy to kill Mounika. A conspiracy, not a crime of passion. A plan. So who was the real Chintada Ravindra? He was not the kind man his neighbors thought they knew. He was a man who hid 2 marriages from his lover. He was a man who, when trapped, chose murder over honesty. He was a man who dismembered a human body and stored it next to his food. He was a man who burned a woman's face to erase her identity. And then he walked into a police station and confessed, not out of guilt, but because he had nowhere else to go. Monica's family was destroyed. Her father filed a complaint. They wanted justice for their daughter, a woman who had trusted the wrong man and paid with her life. Ravindra now sits in custody. His Navy career is over. His marriage is over. His freedom is over. All for a secret affair that should have ended quietly, but instead ended in blood, fire, and a refrigerator full of remains. The case is still in court. The full truth may never be known. But one thing is certain. The kind man of L.V. Nagar was never kind at all. As of April 2026, the investigation continues. Police have formed a special team to trace any remaining missing remains. And a public warning has been issued. Be careful who you meet on dating apps, because sometimes the person who smiles at you in the morning is capable of unthinkable horrors by night.